And hey, what do you know? I have updates available. Well, this is exactly what's going on when you have an infinite install loop. So basically you just follow the usual routine for getting automatic updates installed, and you just basically watch and watch. And just so you know, I've got Windows Task Manager in the background so you can actually see what's going on. You can see the task processes here coming in and out every now and then. And whenever you do have an infinite install loop just like this, I want you to take note of that KB number at the end, the 2572073. I want you to remember that. Write it down somewhere if all else, because you're going to need to know this, because this is how you otherwise deal with an infinite install loop, which is exactly what I have. And I want you to note one thing there. Security update for Microsoft.NET Framework 2.0. Yeah, it's the framework stuff causing problems. It's always been the framework that's got problems with it. And thus, Microsoft has got to do something about this bug that's present, and it's installing unusually fast. And by the way, this is real time, just so you know. This is all totally real time. I'm keeping the mouse steady, and keep Windows Task Manager in the background so you can watch what's going on, get some clues as to what's otherwise happening. It's saying done, it's not saying failed or anything like that. And when this one's done, just like that, it says installation complete. Okay, so it seems like it went normally. Click close since it's not requesting a restart, and wait down here for about 15 seconds, and well, eventually it'll come up and you'll see it. There it is. I got updates again. It's 3 updates, same quantity as before. If you watch this again, you'll see, hey, what do you know? Doesn't that number look so familiar? Well, that's what the infinite install loop is all about. There is a way to fix that, though. To some extent, anyway. You have to go to Microsoft's Download Center and download these numbers exactly. Except I don't know the exact URL. What's that number? Okay, in Google, all I need to do is 2572 073. Okay, make sure it's that, and since I'm using Windows XP, you do not use the 64 version, because I'm not using a 64-bit operating system. Instead, you use this. Download it and install it manually. Where is it? I know it's in here somewhere. It's called Net Framework. Here it is. And yeah, as you can tell here, I've got all these other things in here, including other updates that I've otherwise got. So now I'm going to have to throw this into the mix. Huh, that's interesting. I actually already have that in here. Okay, well, I guess cancel that. So that's one of them that's already been done. Interestingly enough, that means I got to install it from there. But all of a sudden, it just happened. Everything seemed normal. So why that actually happened, I don't know. It just happens randomly and out of nowhere. And there it is again. Yep, infinite install loop. That's basically all this is. Same 3 updates. You can get an idea on how frustrating this can sometimes be, right? Yep, once this otherwise goes through, I'm installing them pretty much manually. Special programs, not Net Framework Cleaner. And by the way, there are 2 things you can do to otherwise clean and restore everything, which can be a real pain, by the way. First, you need to install the base versions of every one of the frameworks. You can otherwise leave out the version 2. Actually, you need the 2 base. You can put 3.5 SP1 on, and then framework 4 if you're actually using 4. You can leave out 1 as far as I know, because otherwise you'll get an incompatible update thing, and the update will never install no matter what you do. So basically you can run this. That's Aaron's actually, I don't remember exactly which one of these it was, but it's some Aaron is all I remember in the name, and it's something that cleans out all installations of the net framework. And yeah, it's exact same 3. I wonder if I actually have those. I remember it being 979.909 causing problems. The 263 one ain't in there. Yep. So, to install them manually, all you got to do is download them, as you probably was doing originally. You just double click them, run it, and let it run the install procedure. I've already gone through these from previous cases of this. And this can take some time to do. Has been installed successfully, okay. That's what I'm otherwise expecting. Now this may actually end up being something different now. I'm going to get some clues just to see what happens here. Because I think these downloads here are corrupt or something. I don't exactly know what's going on. But there's something going on with these framework things. But I need to get those other ones that I don't have. 2633880. Two 633-880. Okay. Make sure you get the x86 version. Let that download. And let's see, 2518864. Okay, don't forget to download this too. Make sure you get the x86 if you're using a 32-bit operating system, as in my case. Oh, so okay, I already got that one too. Okay, I guess never mind that. Now if you want to bypass that shield thing, one thing you can do is, well, let's see here. Get this one installed, since it doesn't seem to be taking effect. Okay, so once that's installed, let's see, what was that other one? 8864, yeah, it's got to be this one then. Just install all 3 of them. Without the shield, or at least without using that method anyway. And once these install, restart your computer. And if the shield still comes back, well, time to do a .NET Framework cleanup. Yep, uninstall, reinstall of everything involving that. And don't forget to use the CCleaner as well. You'll need to clean up the old temporary files and stuff like that, and also clear out the registry type errors too, because that'll give you a fresh install. And of course, restart your computer after that. Don't forget to back up your registry backup, of course. Don't forget to back that up. And then of course later on, install the 2.0 base. Then you install 3.5 SP1 on top of that. You can leave out version 1 unless you absolutely need it. And then of course there's Framework 4 base if you're actually using it. And basically that's how you do a full fresh install of .NET Framework, and it's probably sometimes the only way you can get rid of the infinite install loop. Oh yeah, don't forget this one. Yep, now for a restart. After having restarted my computer, well, guess what? Same thing again. That means I have one thing that I can do, and only one thing left. I need to use Aaron's cleaner again. This is now the 5th time I've done this. There's something so horribly wrong with it. With the .NET Framework. Let's see, I believe it's either this one. I'm looking here for a moment. Yep, this is that cleaner. Okay, this is what you need to do. All you need to do is clean up now. This will totally uninstall all of the .NET Framework stuff. This can take some time though. And just so you know what's going on in the background. This will fully uninstall the .NET Framework, but there's more to it than just simply running this and then reinstalling. You need to do a full, all-out clean installation of it. As you can probably tell, this can take quite some time, several minutes even. If I remember, it's something like 5 minutes. So, yeah, do expect this to take some time. Hey, finally something different. Okay, it's asking for a restart. Yes, do that. After yet another restart, you may still notice that you'll get the shield. However, this isn't going to take you anywhere this time, and notice that it's one update instead. That's different. What do you know? Of course, it's probably going to fail now because you don't even have the whatchamacallit. Yeah, it's certainly different. Oh, that's different. These are definitely important things to get. Security updates, those are musts. Okay, now, if everything's gone right, the shield should not be appearing again. So how come there's only one this time instead of the 3 like I was getting? Well, this time, Net Framework's gone. You can't install updates if you don't even have it, right? So, the next thing you need to do Net Framework installer. Okay, now that you've done that, let's see. This is supposedly an installer, but I don't know. Is this an installer? Yeah, okay. I've already previously installed this. And here it is. This is what you need to use. Okay. First thing you need to do is go through all these and clear out, especially these are not needed. This is not exactly needed. These are, though you might want to check what's in your recycle bin before doing this, just so you know. Let's see. The others you can otherwise, you pretty much just leave as is. And from here, I'm just checking real quick. Okay. I do clear out a lot of the checks and stuff because it's not really needed. Internet cache, that's otherwise okay. It just means that your pages will take a little longer to download after some time. But this does give you the idea as to what you need to do. But the most important things in here are, let's see, what is it? It's under System and Windows. Temporary files. This is the one. This is the most important one. Of course, some of the others you can certainly get if you want. But go through all these and see what else. Okay? And of course, you could click Analyze. It'll give you an idea on what's needed. Notice how I don't have the shield now? Yep. All the updates are installed, which means there are no further problems. At least based on that anyway. The infinite install loop's gone, but it also means I don't have Net Framework. And trouble is, with this, you're probably going to have to reinstall all programs that use the Net Framework, if they otherwise don't run anymore because of it. Of course, you could click Cancel and just hit Run Cleaner. Either one still works, they don't make a difference. And this is otherwise what the full total is for everything. Most of it's because of this that I practically never do. But it really doesn't hurt much when you've got such big hard drives. Of course, if you got a small hard drive, then something like this does have a pretty considerable effect. And by small, I mean like less than 100 gigs. But even 100 against 100 gigs, this is practically nothing. So, with this now done, the last thing you need to do is do the registry. And here, I pretty much just see what there is here. This is the only thing I always unchecked. It's otherwise irrelevant to the issue, though. And you'll find a lot of stuff involving the framework. A lot of stuff. Invalid file reference. Yep, this is all what comes up. Okay, and when you click on this, it's going to ask you if you want to back up the changes. Yes, do that. Yeah, this was the last time I've actually had to end up doing that. Actually, it was Jan 14. That was the last time I had to end up doing this. May 2-1. Okay. Fix all selected issues is what you'd want. Okay. Now, the next thing you need to do is restart your computer. Again. Why restart it? Just to make sure that everything is fresh and fully cleaned out. That's basically it. After that restart, it's now time to finally install the framework itself. Remember, always start with the base. You can skip version 1 unless you absolutely need it for whatever reason. But here it's version 2 base, that is not a one with a service pack. Why you can't install a service pack version, that I don't get. Because after all, Windows comes with SP2, for example. So, and that installs just fine, as is. So why it doesn't work with a framework, I don't know. It's non-standard. But this is what you need to do. You need to install the base. Version 2 of the framework. Okay. And otherwise, I've already gone through all this. And just let her run. And here it is. This is where it's now been successfully installed. You may have to restart your computer, and sometimes I even recommend it. However, sometimes you don't actually have to restart the computer. So, now you can jump all the way to SP1 on Framework 3.5. That's because this is actually a collection of pretty much all these other ones before it. So, yeah, this is probably the best one, and note the big file size. I had to figure out a way to bypass those annoying downloaders. I hate them things. Okay, well, here it is. Of course, it says that you're probably going to be downloading it, but that's actually not quite the case. Because, yeah, it's already on my hard drive. So, you just let this go and it should work without problems. Because if you attempted to install this right away, you're only going to get an error and you'd have to rerun the CCleaner and Aaron's cleaner. You'd have to rerun all that in order for it to even, so you can restart again. Because I don't know what goes on, but that's what I tried doing initially because I didn't understand what was going on. And this one will take quite some time to install. Don't worry if you see sudden things flashing up just like that. It's basically like command prompt or something. And yes, you'll get a restart request. Do that. After yet another restart, you may notice the shield coming up and you'll see that there's some updates that are being downloaded. And in this case, yes, this is what you want to do next. Yep, they're now all ready. Only one update and all that? Seems unusual. For all that, only one update? So which number is this? Oh, this one's a different one. This should actually work this time without the infinite install loop. Okay, so I got a little more on the progress update. Now I'm noticing different KB numbers appearing on the left side over here. This does not match this, but that doesn't matter, probably because it's several updates in one, because it says family update. What do you know, another change. And you're quite likely going to end up having a restart in order. So there's another number. See, you must restart your computer for the updates to take effect. Do that. And here it is. All the updates have finally been downloaded. 7 of them. That's quite a few. It's all going to be .NET Framework related stuff. 979909. Isn't that a familiar number? So just let these run through like pretty much anything else. They should work. But in case they don't, you know what you need to do, right? Direct download from Microsoft's website, remember? And if that doesn't work, well, CCleaner and Aaron's network remover thing, well, basically you're going to have to start over. How else? Any other ways around this? I don't know. But yeah, Microsoft certainly needs to get this issue fixed. And it appears that I'm not the only one that's having this issue either. And seems to not be limited to just XP only, because it seems like Windows 7 users are also getting it. Vista too. I don't know about anything before XP though, however. But noticing how much longer this particular update's taking, instead of that just few seconds, the 15 or so seconds, that's actually a good sign. That means it's supposedly working, at least as far as I can tell. Yep, this whole process can take a whole hour out of your day, just fixing this. All because something was wrong with the .NET framework, going corrupt or becoming unstable or something. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's just not right. Okay, so that one's done. 4 down, 3 to go. That's a different one. That was rather quick. Sometimes they are quick, so yeah, it doesn't quite alarm me when it went that fast. Sometimes these updates are very fast to install, but quite often it's quite slow to install. Takes a few minutes basically. Last one. And just for reference, whenever those updates infinite install loop occurs, it always seems to be with things that I've already installed previously, long ago even. So it might give you another clue. And yeah, another restart. Yes, do that.